Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my channel and you can watch all my videos. Hit like, it really helps me out. Let's talk today about mind, body, and soul. I've talked a little bit about this before, but I want to go into it a little bit more. For the first time in my life, I'm 49 years old. This year, for the first time of my life, I can honestly say that I'm actually happy with who I am. I've never felt that way before. I have always felt like I was lacking, like I could have done better. Like I've always felt like I just wasn't who I wanted to be. I felt like I was just not reaching my full potential. I didn't like me. I didn't, I would be one of my worst critics. I didn't like my body, I didn't like my mind, and I didn't really feel like I had a soul. So within the last year, I've started to take my life a little bit more seriously and prioritize my mind, body, and soul program. And I've talked about this before in a couple different videos, so I didn't want to be too repetitive. But I want to really stress the aspect of self-respect and of liking yourself and how one goes about doing that. And it takes active work. It's not like you can just sit on the couch and you're watching your favorite show, or you're having a great time with your buddies just sitting around drinking, and then all of a sudden you realize after you tell a funny joke and you make everybody laugh that, wow, I really like myself. I'm really cool. That's not how it works. At least not for me. For me, I had to actually start taking this piece of clay and molding it and taking a conscious effort and changing myself in ways that I felt were going to make me happy with who I was. That when I looked in the mirror, when I sat and thought about myself, when I stepped outside of myself and looked at me from the outside, that I was proud of what I saw and not embarrassed, not ashamed. And I don't know what kind of person you are and what kind of life you've lived, but I've lived a really hard life, a really fucked up life, and I take responsibility for it. I've done a lot of horrible things to a lot of people, and I'm not proud of that. And I've seen a lot of really fucked up shit from my own personal choices. You have to learn to take responsibility for everything in your life and to stop blaming society, stop blaming others, stop blaming your parents, stop blaming your lack of parents. I didn't have a father. I didn't have a father around, but I'm not going to use that as the kindling to the fire of why I ended up a loser. I did that myself, and that's the very first step to change, is realizing that there's a problem and that the problem is within. So once you realize this, it may feel like, oh geez, this is just more dirt on top of the pile. No, this is their liberation. This is the beginning of the wings growing. This is when you become a phoenix and rise from the ashes, is learning that you can fix yourself, learning to empower yourself, learning a mind, body, and soul regiment in order to love yourself. So let's just go through it really quickly. The first two are pretty simple. The last one is more difficult. So mind, and it's no particular order. You can say it however you want. I just go this way. But mind is obvious. That's learning. Learn. Don't ever stop learning. You have YouTube. I watch videos on topics that I'm interested in. And I'm interested in science, technology. I'm interested in astrology, cosmology, physics, quantum physics. I was just watching a video the other day about time travel and some kid who has come up with a theory that time travel's real, and this shit's really wild stuff. Learn, never stop learning. Pick some topics. You like flowers? Become a fucking flower expert. It doesn't matter. Just learn. You like animals? You like watching cat videos? Learn all about cats and animals. Become a goddamn cat expert. Something. Just become an expert in something. It fills your body. It fills your soul, your mind. It's all connected. So the more that you fill your mind with interesting things to talk about and to think about, the more you're filling your body and your soul. So let's go to the next one, because the first two are simple. Your body. Respect your body. Eat well. Sleep well. Work out. Exercise. Do some sort of physical activity. I could name all kinds of stuff that you could do. You can Google it. You know what you need to do with these two first things, with your mind and your body. You know that you could learn more. I know many men in particular. Women are different. Women love to read. Women seem to have more of an active interest in learning things than men do. And I'm not speaking across the board, but this is what I've witnessed. A lot of men just give up, especially when they get to be about my age. I know a guy who's younger than me. I'm 49. He's 44. He looks like he's 15 years older than me because he doesn't take care of himself. We had a conversation one day, and I was telling him about I wanted to learn a new skill in the shop. I own a motorcycle shop, metal fabrication shop, and I wanted to learn engraving. And he just kind of blew it off and was just like, I know everything I'm ever going to know. This dumbass motherfucker's one of the dumbest people I know. And I'm not trying to insult him. I'll tell him to his goddamn face, and I make fun of him sometimes because he is really just not interested in shit. Don't ever be like my friend. Don't give up at 44. Are you kidding me? You're going to go another 40 years of your life, potentially. You live into your 80s, and you stopped learning when you were 40? Are you insane? So never stop learning. My grandfather is like 98 years old. This motherfucker's still alive. My mom tells me he might live another 10 years. He's so healthy. Who knows? But he goes to college. My 98-year-old grandfather goes to American University in Washington, D.C. and takes classes. He's there tomorrow. He'll be there 3 times this week. The semester's on, and he's there learning. If he can do it, you can do it. Never stop learning. So never stop working out. Never stop exercising. Remember Jack LaLanne, that guy? One of the strongest men of the old days, and he went into his 60s and 70s, pulling trains with his teeth. Be an old man that can kick some young 25-year-old's ass. Be 70 and be able to smack a fucking 25-year-old little chump down. You're not scared of nobody at 70. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. Look at Danny Trejo. Look at some of these guys. These guys are my parents' age, 72, 73, old guys. These motherfuckers are hard as nails. I don't care who you are. They'll smack your little dumbass down because they stay in shape. They respect their bodies. The first 2 are easy. Let's get past them. Mind and body is easy. You got that. You can figure that out. You may not be doing it, but you can figure that out. I don't have to fucking explain that to you. Soul. Mind, body, and soul. The soul is where everybody gets confused. So what is it? How do you work on your soul? There's 3 basic ways that I figure, but there's many more. You can really intellectualize this kind of shit and just come up with all kinds of stuff. But I like to keep things basic because I'm fucking simple. I'm a simple-minded guy who can't take complex shit. So I keep things basic. With your soul, it's ideology, which is basically some sort of spirituality or religion, some sort of belief system in existentialism. It doesn't have to be afterlife. You can be here and now, but don't be a nihilist. I mean, I hate to tell people not to do stuff, but being a nihilist, being one of these atheists who just kind of rejects everything, you're missing out on an aspect of your being. Cultivate that. It will only benefit you. Your soul needs to be cultivated. Your soul, some people believe, goes on forever. It doesn't die with the body. It goes on forever. I was just speaking about learning, the first one, mine, I was just watching a video about this that scientists from, I forget where, Harvard, MIT, I don't know where they were. Some scientist motherfuckers were talking about the soul as a real thing, and it actually leaves your body when you die. It physically leaves your body when you die and goes up into the universe, into like a collective. This is like new science. This isn't just some kind of wacky, Buddhist stuff and some guy on a mountaintop talking about fantasy shit from 3,000 years ago. These are the smartest people in the world are talking about this stuff. So there may be something to it, and if you don't cultivate it, you're missing out on a whole portion. The third part, you're not even a full human, really, in my opinion. So go and find an interest in some sort of spiritual beliefs, existentialism, something other than just the here and now, something that's a little bit higher. I don't care what it is, witchcraft, wizardry, it could be anything, Wicca, there's all kinds of shit out there, man. Just look into that stuff. The second thing with soul, because there's 3. There's more, but I've come up with 3. The second thing with soul is creativity. So learn something creative. Get into something creative. You like to draw. Get the fuck into it. Draw your fucking ass off. I want to see pencils whittled down to nothing. You fucking draw so much. Paper crumpled up, from drawings. You love to paint your fucking ass off. Have paint all over you. You love to dance, then dance. I don't care what it is. I've been writing. I wrote 3 books. I have other creative aspects, but it's good to Have something, even if it's only one. Some people have many. You're lucky. Even if you just have one creative outlet, you play music. Play music every day. Don't ever stop playing music. Never, 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 ever stop. Do it relentlessly. The third part, remember I said in the category of the soul, we have mind, body, and soul. The third part of soul is love. Get into the love of yourself, love of family, love of your friends. Make connections where it's part of our animalistic behavior as humans. We're not solitary creatures. You can't survive on your own. Very few people do. Watch those shows, those stupid fake reality shows of survivor shows and these mountain men shows. That shit's all fake. But there's a truth to it, that these motherfuckers have a hard time surviving on their own. They need others. You need others. Learn to love others. Cultivate your loving relationships with friends and family while you're alive. Don't wait until your deathbed. I've seen so many motherfuckers, especially old people, and they're jerks their whole lives. And then all of a sudden, when they start getting a little bit sick and they're in their old age, they start to reach out to their family. God, thank God they do it before they die. But don't wait till the last 3 years, the last 2 years when you're in the hospital. Do that shit now. Cultivate that shit now. That's your legacy. The soul is love, creativity, and spirituality. So cultivate that and you will be there, man. You will be there. The love of self comes from this regiment. Get into that shit. Get into those 3 things. Do that shit every single day. Make it your priority. It's who you are. You don't put it off to be lazy. You're cheating yourself. So that's the nutshell. That's what I wanted to give the message across today, is how to love yourself and how you love yourself and like who you are and really be proud of who you've become. And to be able to make that statement and plant that flag on the mountaintop and say, I'm awesome and I really like me, then that will give you the ability to really get into life and to interact with it in a way that maybe you never have before. So that's really the message for today. I don't want to start talking about the same thing over again. Thanks for watching.